teacups, what's brewing? I realize it's been a little bit quiet here in the teapot. Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. I'm sure you've already had one. It's already the 4th, but Happy New Year. I hope it's going well. I know a lot of people are returning to work at the moment. I'm just sort of dragging myself by my nails towards the end of the week because that's when my holiday starts. So New Year's Eve, part of my tooth fell out. I was like, good, great. Just 2021, can't let it go. Wasn't in any pain, thankfully, but I had a hole in my back tooth. Now, it was New Year's Eve, but in this country, not that much of a problem. But it was also a Friday, which makes things hard because Friday is the holy day here. So a lot of places were closed. It was 8:30 p.m. I was like, oh, good. So I checked on my Bupa app, and the closest clinic that had an appointment, it's about 20 minutes away, not too far. They had an appointment the next day. So I called them in the morning because I wasn't registered with the clinic, so I couldn't book it through the app. And I went in and they did an x-ray and a composite filling. And he said that it does need a crown, but that stuff was covered on insurance, so it was fine. I just paid like 75, 85, I think, with tax, real, to sort of cover my portion of it, but the rest is covered with Bupa. He did say that he's put a filling in, but it needs a crown, but that's going to be like 2,000 SAR and will not be covered by insurance, so I'll have to arrange that probably next month. I haven't decided yet, but it's good for now. It's not paining me and the fillings in, so it'll be fine for the moment. We can make the decision. But on my other side, I have like molar 3, the very, very back one. I don't know what you call it, recessed or impacted, or I'm not in pain, but basically the tooth, when it grew, never grew out. So I've just got like the space where the wisdom tooth should be and a little patch where it shows through at the bottom. But that little patch has a really bad cavity on it. Now, it's not causing me any pain right now, but he was like, we need to discuss this because once that cavity hits your nerve, you're gonna wanna die from the pain. Like, it's gonna hurt. And it's not hurting me now, so I don't have to do it now, but basically it's an extraction because it hasn't grown up, so they can't just pull it out. They have to do some surgery to get into it because it's below the gum line. So he was saying, look, you have to do this procedure. Right now it's not hurting you, but you know you've got the insurance, and if it starts hurting you, there's no avoiding the procedure. Whenever it happens, you're gonna have to do this. But it's a case of you can do it now or you can do it a year from now in immense pain. And I was like, yeah, fair point. But it means that's what I spend next week doing. I've got dental surgery on the 10th, so that's gonna be awful. But I'll live with it. I also am trying to get my booster shot. There's no current availability on the appointment, so I just keep checking the app and hoping. But when they come up, I'll try and book that, because I was like, if I'm gonna be miserable, I'm gonna do everything. But anyway, that's where I've been. Jesus, we're 4 minutes in. Hi, sorry, I talk a lot. But hi, lovely to see you all anyhow. Let's get to Foodie. So today I've got cut downs of her first New Year coffee and the earth cleaning stream. I'm hoping I can put 2 of them together, but given that we're already on minute 4, not hopeful. Not hopeful how long this is gonna go, but I'll do my best. She also had another live that I haven't had a chance to cut down yet called Shopping. We might discuss that at the end of this, depending on how long it goes. And I could just do that without clips maybe, or I might end up going and clipping it down depending on timing. So without further ado, let's get into this.
I've been feeling sick like the past few days though, for real. Like since that whiskey, I don't know. But I just feel really like always tired. Like I've never gotten enough sleep, so I've just been like sleeping weird odd times. Pretty much slept, ate, and just smoked. But I had a really wicked headache and just felt like I was coming down with like a cold. But
we're gonna get into this sickness business because it goes on for a while. But a lot of these excuses are kind of everyone's asking where she's been. And the party line at the moment is, oh, I can't tell you, but of course she's been at Nada's. Come on now. I mean, come on now. She has, okay, here's the evidence. Pete said she was out all of New Year. She was staying out overnight. Quebec has currently got a curfew in place. So you have to be inside by 10 p.m. and out by 5 a.m. I would think through doing that at Nada's house. Think how many times she's come home at 2, 3 a.m. Think how many times she said she's had to get out of there and escape. I would not want to put myself in a position where legally I could not leave the house. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that to myself with how volatile their relationship is and she describes him to be. But she is out during those times. She doesn't come back. She has deleted, I'm sure I've got a picture somewhere, gotta be 10 videos, all the Christmas videos about what an asshole he is. She's deleted them. They're gone because that's been erased from the history books. She was insulting the mess over Christmas, insulting Dee Dee, all the rest of it. Now she's in very apologetic. Oh no, I was so wrong. I was so wrong about her. And, you know, it was mean. I was impulsive. And no, she's actually very lovely. Because I'm sure one of the things about getting back with him is erasing and repairing the things she has said, because that's part of her penance, I'm sure. And just there's a lot of shenanigans going on, but clearly she's still with him. And that means I think we're going to see more of the coffee beezers, because usually I would say she wouldn't be able to keep it up with the schedule of doing it in the morning, but now that she can't leave Nada's till 5, she'll probably sleep there, which means coming back she'll do the coffee bees on the way back, which is what she's doing now. So at every point when she talks about honesty, when she talks about, you know, it being over, closing chapters in her life, just remember she's actively in a lie.
Now I feel totally fine. My family has COVID though.
Oh yeah, and her family has COVID, so think of all the people she has in her life. She wasn't with Pete. Shannon hates her. She hasn't seen Rena since she blew off Rena's New Year party last time, from the sounds of it anyway. She's certainly not going to have been with BB, and her entire family is quarantined with COVID. I wonder where else she could be.
So, yeah, it's a shitty thing that I had to reschedule with them. But in a way, it's kind of a blessing because they have COVID. So, I'm glad they didn't come in my house. No, I'm going to see a doctor. Actually, I checked my email, voicemail finally. I finally just put myself in a mental headspace where I'm like, okay, check your voicemail. Just do one thing and you'll feel so good. Actually, today is going to be, knock on wood, it's going to be a good day because I said I want to have my live stream. I want to do my coffee bees by 10 a.m.
And that she did. And that was also a great way to change the conversation away from what the doctor said, assuming she called them. So good job you.
So I was thinking we can go shopping. I kind of want to get some makeup. So let's talk about this foodie bougie.
Before we talk about that, let's talk about the fact that she wants to go shopping while having cold symptoms. Yeah? Don't do that. Okay, something else I need to say though as well. My friend in Canada, I usually go to her when I've got questions about what's going on here. She lives in Quebec. Foodie doesn't, but Nada does. So Foodie goes over, I guess, the provincial border to go between. So my friend said that currently it's really, really difficult to get a test. I'm talking for Quebec, I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. But it's the same in a lot of really major cities in Canada. The situation might not quite be the same for Foodie, but it's likely that it's going to be difficult for her to find a test in her area as it has been in many major places. Okay? But the point in this video is that she's not planning to. So it's not the difficulty in finding the test that's stopping her from taking the test. So when I judge her and I'm like, go get a test, I'm judging her on her intent, not necessarily the reality, because I do acknowledge that it might not physically be a possibility, but she's not accepting it as a theoretical thought even. All right, that's where my thinking comes in. All right, so we'll go from there. But that being said, she's got cold symptoms. She's driving all over the place, meeting people. There was a rumor that Nada had a New Year's party. I don't know if he actually did, but that was the rumor I heard. So we don't know how many people she was exposed to at Nada's. And she's just wandering around, going shopping, a thing that she doesn't usually do. She's going to do while feeling like this. Why? You never do this. Why are you picking this moment?
I have somebody I've been talking with, a fellow beezer, and I was thinking a Foodie Beauty subscription box. Like, would you not want to get like a quarterly or monthly subscription box?
Subscription box of what? Her old KFC? No, I don't want that from you. I wouldn't trust us for a second the quality of that production. Could you imagine? Even if she got them made, could you imagine? And yes, okay, Ibiza is offering to help her. How quickly do you think she is going to burn through that goodwill? With the fact that the slightest thing can make her completely overwhelmed and take to her bed, what's the likelihood of this as a business plan going well? I do not want the Foodie Beauty subscription box. I don't want the rotten HelloFresh. I don't trust for a second. Like, she's implying here she wants CBD products or THC she laughs about in a minute, I think. And I'm like, could you imagine the paperwork that would go around having a box with controlled substances in it? Could you imagine?
I could think of some pretty cool things, like products I would sell, like.
But could you follow through with them?
I'm really into like craft, like bougie papers, like, you know, like pre-rolled cones and like cannabis products and stuff like that, and edibles and stuff.
Just think about it. She can't pay her own personal taxes with an accountant present. Imagine her running a business like that.
I could, because like Foodie Beauty, so I could make like some kind of really like yummy lip gloss, CBD lip glosses like with flavors and stuff. I don't know. I would give you very good products.
I don't believe you. And even if I believed you, even if you had the best box in existence, I don't believe for a second you would maintain timelines, things would arrive on time, you'd be a trustworthy boss to be able to deal with customer complaint. My God, there are so many elements to that.
The plan.
Let's see how it goes.
It's good to have just think of it as brainstorming for me, I guess. Just, you know.
I have no problem with her brainstorming, but just accept that nothing will ever happen. Yeah, let's just, as long as you accept that as a fun activity, yeah, okay, brainstorm.
I guess just like having dreams and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, you can dream.
Well, how about we think of it as a waste of time?
Yeah. How about?
You should have started doing merch a long time ago, girl. People might buy it.
Actually, yes, there was a time with her channel, particularly when she was doing the mukbangs, so she had like Beauty Bite and all of that. I'm amazed, given the size of her channel, that she hasn't at least tried merch. Simply because it's one of those things she can throw a tiny bit of money at and leave be. Because you don't handle your own merch. You get a design and the design goes to the merch provider and the merch provider does the thing.
No poop scoop, I didn't.
I left this in because the comment, I'll put it on screen somewhere, was, did you tell everyone the truth about Nada? And she got super awkward, super fast.
Oh my God, I'll tell you, all the last couple days was just like a schedule of weed smoking. Like, I rolled like one red cone. Here, this is going to be the sativa I have in the morning. This is going to be, and I actually did a lot of self-reflection. I did a lot of replanning.
Self-reflection and replanning while high on the number of joints you seem to have done. Okay, this should be good.
More realistic planning. Actually, no, I don't talk to Karate Joe. For real, I don't.
Oh, I wish you'd stop
He
mentioning
like
him.
disappeared. Like, he like blocked me from like everything. Like, I noticed like my name, like he wasn't on my list on WhatsApp anymore, so.
Karate Joe comes up again later in her other live, her cleaning stream. So I'd like to save my thoughts on that for there, whether it's in this video or the next.
There's a pop-up test thing there where you are, right? Oh, I don't want to do that right now.
The chat is going on. The chat wants her to go and get a goddamn test. Everyone wants her to do it. Except for, okay, so a lot of sensible people are like, go get tested. Oh my goodness, go get tested. And then there's one or two who are like, tests are ineffective. Like, guess which one she's listening to in the wall of chat. Guess.
The address. Okay, thanks, Krista. I want to do a drug test. Where the hell do I go get one done? I swear to God.
A drug test,
Is it expensive?
but not a COVID test.
That's
Money is no object for a drugs test that we won't trust the results of. But a COVID test when you've got symptoms, no.
like keep reminding me. I want to do it so bad. I want to do it so bad. I'm kind of hungry. I did eat really well the past few days. Like, just made sure I ate well enough. I didn't eat like junk.
But she wasn't at Nada's.
Patties sound good. But so does spicy chicken soup. Maybe I should go get a COVID test. Gosh
Yeah,
darn
maybe
it.
you should.
A lot of people seem to be getting COVID. It's really bad, but
Yeah. So
I
go
think
get tested.
it's gonna be, unfortunately, one of those things where it's like a yearly flu. There's gonna be like new strains all the time.
I agree with this. I don't think COVID's ever going to go anywhere, but flu kills you as well. Yeah, people die from flu. Just because it's something that's going to be probably a permanent part of life doesn't mean you shouldn't take it seriously. Yeah? Like, go get tested. Like, her body is so compromised. Like, why would you be so cavalier with your own health? And I know that's an ongoing question with so many elements of Foodie's life, but she could really be in trouble with even a minor dose of COVID. Yeah? So go get tested. And if you don't care about yourself, how about you stop being so selfish and care about the people you come into contact with? Because you don't know their situation. You don't know how compromised they are. You don't know how you will impact others. And I know thinking about that is not her strong suit. But come on now. Don't be so selfish.
And I think people who are vaccinated, I think it might just end up feeling like a bad flu or like a flu, maybe even a cold.
Oh, well, if only there were a way to go check. I mean, do you really want to test that out? If you're going to be entirely selfish, you yourself, do you really want to test that out? Because she's got compromised lungs. Like, shit hits the wall, it's hitting it hard for her. Is that the chance you're really going to take? The answer is yes, because I've seen the future lives. But really?
Maybe that's, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I heard. That's
what I heard from where? I want those sources.
Of being vaccinated is supposed to make you...
Oh, no. She's talking about vaccination and it lowering the severity. Okay, I can give her that, yeah. Sorry, misunderstood where she was going there.
Less likely to suffer severe symptoms, you know?
Yeah, but less likely is not a guarantee. Sorry, all the COVID stuff and her not feeling good really made me quite angry here. Because I'm like, what are you... I know, it's like how when she drives and she appears to either be under the influence or be distracted in a way that could hurt someone else. You want to take yourself out, do the thing. It's your life to lose. But when you endanger others, that's a different line.
Hope that, I mean, I do want to know. I don't want to spread it around.
But here we are. But yet, we'll see in the future.
I've just been feeling blah, just trying to eat healthy, like spicy stuff, and I don't know. If I see like some of my old mukbangs, like, I can't believe I used to eat like that every single day. I just can't believe it. Like, I feel sick watching myself eat that stuff.
I've got an image of her, maybe a month or so ago, high as all balls, going Biscoff with 50 lokma. I've got an image of her lifting old KFC out of a drawer. Was that long ago? That doesn't disgust you, but the mukbangs do.
And I used to eat that stuff for fun, like, you know, hey, I'm ruining my health, but it's okay.
I'm ruining my health, but it's okay. Does that apply to now, do you think? Have we learned anything in the time? Upon reflecting on the mukbangs, is there any lesson we could bring to current life? That's really the point of reflection, isn't it?
I'm definitely thankful that I was able to switch my taste over to more, like, if a meal now doesn't have like fruits and vegetables, I feel like, you know.
Let's see how many fruits and vegetables she eats in the next life.
With you guys, yes, I mostly, when I'm on camera, I feast because we're feasting.
And how much of her life does she spend off camera?
And I save my pigging out or like junk food for like you guys, you know. I need to go purchase some more strawberry lemonade strain and some more bougie cones.
Oh, this. Guys, how much has she spent spent, I want to have a larger conversation about her finances for the last few days, but we need to see a bit more. How much weed has she bought in the last, let's say, 4 days? She had all the weed at Christmas, which she then took over to Nada's because she didn't go to her family's for Christmas, and they don't smoke weed except for possibly the aunt. So she bought all that weed, which is now mysteriously gone. She had that big haul the other day. I don't know how much that tallied up to, but a few $100s, I would think. And now she's saying she needs to go buy more. Now, it could be just that strawberry lemonade strain she really enjoyed and she wants more of it, but she goes through some stuff. I know it's not a surprise, but she makes the point that, oh no, I have loads of stuff, in which case stop wasting your money and smoke that. But if she doesn't actually have loads of stuff, which is what I suspect it is, then what are you doing? Like, that's a lot.
That's not true. I learn lessons. Don't you hear anything I say?
Oh, we do.
Don't you hear anything I talk about all day?
That's the problem.
So, today was only $70.
Yeah, so the finances. So it was $70 today. It was a few hundred yesterday. She talks a bit more about money in a minute.
Just a couple things. Yeah, the other haul, I still have a lot of friggin' cannabis I didn't buy.
Then why are you buying?
Mostly just accessories. Pharmacy sells rapid testing?
They're still asking.
Okay.
She'll do nothing
Alright,
with the
let's get some
information.
food. What do we want to have?
She goes straight to food.
What should we eat?
Get a test.
Or should I go get a rapid test first?
Yes, don't expose. You've already just been in the weed shop. So why didn't you do it first and not expose them? They don't deserve to live.
Oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. Let's just go eat.
Yeah, let's not do anything.
I mean,
that
I don't
might
really
help.
have it. I just feel really tired and run down, maybe like a slight cold, but
Okay, so you have symptoms.
I have COVID right now. They do not sell them. So you have COVID, Carly? Oh my god. So
This is what I don't like about her chat, when they start discouraging her from doing sensible things. And that's the disclaimer I was giving you somewhat close to the beginning of this video, where I recognize she may not physically be able to get one, but my problem is she's not even trying.
what, are your symptoms a lot less, since are you vaccinated? I always have a sore throat, Faith, yeah.
It's the gonorrhea.
Sometimes I start getting tired, run down, I get a sore throat. They're not accurate. I heard they're not accurate, yeah.
This, her chat, oh, well, they're not accurate. Would you stop discouraging her from doing sensible things? So if they're not 100% accurate, so what? At least we go and see. Because right now, what she should be doing is isolating. Saying, okay, give it 5 days. And she has the opportunity to do that, but that's not where we are.
Because there's so many uses for it. There's so many uses for hemp and cannabis. Not just to get shit-faced high all the time. I feel like I've been doing it an injustice, but I do almost feel constantly, relaxed. It's definitely not, if you're a smoker, I don't have, as much energy. I'm not saying something because I don't have much energy to begin with, but...
If that's the case, do we remember the conversation when we were like, no, I'm hyper because of the sativa. Guys, it's not another drug. No, don't suspect me. The sativa is almost like an upper of marijuana. It's because of the sativa. And now we're getting this. So I can believe that this is true, but the two states are mutually exclusive. So you can have that reaction or you can have this reaction. But it seems to be she's saying, no, I'm always kind of slumped. And so it doesn't make sense with her other times, but she'll use it as a defense when she's hyper.
Let's get something to eat. And maybe a sweater. Let's go buy a sweater. I was thinking of getting Olaplex. Maybe we can go also to...
Let's stop exposing the immediate local area. Let's go home. Let's go home and do an isolation.
Maybe I should just give up and just
Yes.
live my life.
No.
My way. Life my way.
Hands on the wheel. Her car was moving. She wasn't pulling up to a stop. Her car was moving.
Just be disorganized, but follow through on important things. But my day-to-day things, I can just, that's the type, look, this is just, as long as I follow through with my responsibilities everything. Maybe I can just, like, who says, like, who cares if I sleep, if I prefer being a night person, you know? Maybe I should just, I'm in constant turmoil with myself over how I should be living my life, you know? And I think as long as you're just doing your shit and being responsible and being a kind, productive person, it doesn't really effing matter.
I don't know where she got the idea that everybody's problem with her staying up all night was the fact that it was night. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people that work night shift, that work third shift, that work through the darkness of the world. And as long as you are being those things, it makes no difference. But the question is, are you being those things? Are you being responsible? Are you getting your shit done? Are you living your life and being kind and everything she's just mentioned? Because we've got no evidence of that. And the problem generally tends to be that when she says, oh, I'm just going to give up and give in to the fact that I love being awake all night, which I understand because naturally I'm a night owl. I'm trying for the sake of getting a routine and I'm trying not to be, but naturally I prefer it. It is an indicator with her that she's given up on everything. If I'm going to give up and be a night person, I'm also going to give up on all my responsibilities. I'm also going to avoid any doctor's visits or therapy visits or anything like that because I won't be awake during the day when I might have them. I'm going to use it as a chance to not see people. I'm just going to fester in my house for a while. It's one element of a whole shift in her behavior towards just ignoring everything. And that's kind of where she's been for quite a while. So to say, oh, why don't I, as long as I'm doing everything, yeah, but you're not. And that tends to be the problem, not the fact that it's dark outside.
No, I'm getting a smartwatch. I don't know, I just feel like sometimes it'll probably come in handy, like as somebody who's always like, I don't know, just if I'm out and about, I think it might be a good thing.
Okay, can I just check how much those smartwatches go? Because we're starting to hear more and more. Remember the budget she was on? Let's see. Amazon, because you know it's coming from Amazon. So let's see, Samsung smartwatch. And what would she use this watch for? She doesn't do workouts and things for them to track her. Samsung Galaxy Watch for £269. So about 500 Canadian? Yeah, about 500 Canadian, I would say. So let's look at the budget so far, shall we? We've got $70 today on minor accessories. We had probably a few hundred at least on the weed haul before. We had all the weed presents. We've got the smartwatch. She's going to talk about a few different things coming on, and we'll talk about it more when she is discussing getting the boxes removed in our house in the later live, or it might be later in this live, I can't remember. No, it's the later live. How much money has she spent or is planning to spend in the last few days? You start to see how she just, all her money goes out the window.
I want to get a Google Home system and like...
And how much are those?
Alexa, tell Sam to stop beezing.
Wait,
Sam,
Google.
stop beezing.
Alexa's Amazon, isn't it? It's not the same.
Okay, we're gonna eat and go get a COVID test.
Why not just get it first?
Sweater? No, I'm not gonna spread COVID.
Too late.
I'm gonna go get... Can't I get tested? I'm gonna wear my glasses.
Why weren't you wearing your glasses to drive? Don't you need them to drive?
Spicy chicken. I didn't go to a party.
That was there was a rumor Nada had one. I don't know if it actually happened, so I can't call her a liar because I don't know. I don't have that information.
I didn't go to a party. Where the hell were you the past 3 days?
Let's see.
I was beezing. I'm just joking.
Not a joke.
Well, what do I do if I have... Am I supposed to go get a test? What do I do?
If you could get one, but failing that, what my friend in Quebec has said is that they are told if you can't get a test, isolate. Just be respectful of the fact that other people are living. Isolate.
Okay, just let me enjoy my chili in peace, please. please.
I don't think that's going to agree with her.
I'm not a super spreader.
Well, you're not being
You might want to
careful.
chill with your tone.
Yeah.
What am I, a child?
Are we maybe going to not ask questions we don't want the answer to, yeah?
I'm freaking 80. I gotta put this cheese on top. I didn't go anywhere in public. Where did I go?
The weed shop?
Oh.
The weed
Yeah,
shop?
one place.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. That's not an answer. That's not a reason.
I really hope I don't.
This is
If I
talking
do,
about having COVID.
I hope that.
No
I mean,
one-
I'm glad I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, good for you, good for you. How about the people in the weed shop? Were they vaccinated? I would hope they were because they were working and because, you know, it's safer for them that way. But if for any reason they couldn't be vaccinated and they still needed to, I don't know, make rent this month, and so were forced to work under dangerous conditions, and you come wandering in with COVID symptoms and you just don't care because you've been vaccinated, so screw everybody else, be nice to consider them once in a while, yeah?
They didn't touch my debit card. I'm rolled at the tap.
Ooh, I thought her debit card didn't have a tap. Oh, this is actually something, I thought this the other day and I didn't mention it then, I don't think. I've seen a couple of examples of her tapping her debit. Did she replace her debit card? And in which case, ooh, the tea, why did she replace her debit card? Did it go missing? What happened? Inquiring minds want to know.
What happened to Dubai guy?
He was imaginary.
Message me Happy New Year.
Did he?
And then, so what are you up to tonight? Like the other day? And I just ignored it.
I don't think he
Deputy
exists.
Beezer, your therapy appointment did wonders. Just kidding. It takes time, Deputy Beezer.
Especially when you're not going.
It takes time.
Hey guys, I left this in. Okay. I usually cut out all the gross things.
Shit.
Yeah? Feels like shit, still won't get a COVID test. So, a while ago on channel, we saw a lot of her blowing her nose. And a lot of her really getting in and digging there, which is why I left it in, even though I know it's unpleasant to watch and I usually cut it out. But she's been away in a mystery location for a few days, and suddenly the nose blowing, which had been not really a part of the channel for a while, is back. And when she was doing it a lot last time, she admitted she'd been using certain substances that may have irritated the nose, that might have caused her to do that more. And now, mystery location, and she's back, and she's blowing her nose like that again and really digging in again. It's not just, oh, I'm sneezing, oh, I'm sick, it's the procedure of it. And I find just an interesting observation. I just noticed it and thought I'd leave it in there for you.
Deputy Beezer, you'll always be my favorite Egyptian ashtray.
Oh.
Thank you.
And she said thank you because she didn't get the reference. Honey.
What are you talking about?
Again, dig in. It's one of her people had to explain it to her.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, she didn't get it. Because he used to put cigarettes out on it.
And
actually, no, I think he flicked his cigarette ash. Let's not turn it into something it wasn't.
Like I said, I'm not excusing anything. I'm not talking about, I just don't want to talk about those things anymore.
I stopped it there because not much else happened. A couple of minutes later, she got a phone call, didn't mention what it was for, or no, not a phone call. She grabbed her phone to check something, whatever it was, and then suddenly desperately needed the toilet and had to stop the live. Even though she has done that before where she's desperately need the loo, she's left the light on and she's driven home. So, who she was talking on the phone, we don't know, but she had to leave suddenly. We then go into the next live, which is earth cleaning. Now, she scheduled this live and she then forgot she had scheduled it, didn't turn up to it, and came on about an hour later because she started cleaning and forgot.
Go smoke. First one of the day. Okay, let me go get my stuff from the pharmacy.
So she gets a pharmacy delivery. It does not include a rapid test of any kind.
See? Yes! I can turn my TV. Woohoo! And we can now Mario bees.
Because?
Because I have my remote now.
Because she has a remote now. The remote that she left in Nando's. Funny how that appeared.
Or I did, and I think I just lost it again. I have to get tested, but I have to make an appointment. So for now, I guess I'll just stay in.
Her next live is called shopping.
Oh, how come I have energy when I have COVID, but not when I'm healthy? No, I don't know.
This actually, if it is her first joint of the day and it's been a bit longer than usual, this is as close to sober as she gets. So she's actually forgotten what it's like to not be under the influence. She's like, I've got energy when I've got COVID. The COVID she definitely doesn't have and doesn't need to isolate for because she's going to completely ignore it. But she's got energy now, but not, not when she's fine. You're like, you've got energy now because you will be in a few seconds, but currently now you don't appear to be actively high. Remember that? I don't think you do.
COVID, but honestly, if you get sick this time of year, it's probably COVID.
Yeah.
And if you are...
So do you have it or not?
It should be less, but you still feel like shit, right?
So do you have COVID or do you not have COVID? You don't actually know, but you're changing your mind depending on what you want to do. You don't really care.
I'm done cleaning. Well, I cleaned the kitchen. I just have to clean up some garbage in here and then go give a quick vacuum. I mean, I
wonder if that chili's still in there.
What I'm gonna do actually is hire the movers. I want them to remove all the boxes and any crappy furniture and junk I don't want in here. Like the table's broken. The legs. Okay.
How is the table broken?
Kitchen done.
The table's fairly new. They got it when they moved in, because I remember Pete's put it together and then she was meant to do the chairs and she did like 2 chairs and didn't do the other 2. Yeah? So I don't know how the table's broken. Maybe there was a problem when they put it together. I don't know. But it seems odd.
So just down here, I just have a bit of stuff, like just, I can show you just junk everywhere. Wrappers, LED light stand box. So yeah, the junk removers. It'll be like $500 everywhere. I can't move this table by myself. Like, I don't want this here. I don't even know where we would put it in the garbage. It's a big tabletop and everything. So it's just, you know what? It's worth it for me.
With the money though. Okay, so removers $500, smartwatch $500. How much would it be for a set of she said Google Home. I'm guessing she means Amazon Home. So she'd probably get a set because the whole point is being able to communicate. Like my dad has a set in his house. And because the house is quite large, rather than shout up certain floors and the kids can't hear, he'll say, because they've got the dots in their room, he'll just go to the one in the kitchen and say, come down for dinner, and then they hear it in their room. So it's good for communication because the house is large. So she'd get probably at least one for the downstairs and maybe one for each of the bedrooms. It's going to be quite expensive. I haven't looked at the price of them recently, but that's going to be a few hundred, I would guess, at the very least. So we're talking... The watch, the box removals is 1,000. We're talking the Echo system, however many hundreds that is. She was going to buy that new TV, but it did end up getting refunded as 1,000. Maybe that's why she's doing it. Maybe because she considers the $1,000 a kind of free $1,000 now that she got her TV back. I'm not sure. Maybe just in her head it was pre-spent so she can spend it on something else. I guess I could understand that. But hey, maybe pay your taxes, and then all the weed, all the other things. And again, like, this is how you spend as much money as she makes. There seems to be no thought. She talks about the budget so much. There seems to be no thought as to where this money's coming from.
Maybe I can get a cleaner to come in.
That would actually be a good investment of money.
Vacuuming and floor cleaning and stuff.
I've always said, like, get the cleaner to come in for the big jobs. Do it. I would have absolutely no reproach for her if she were to say, I'm going to pay a cleaner to come in. I mean, good for you. Recognize that you don't take care of your living space and get someone to do it. I salute you. But I don't think she will. I think she gets a little bit embarrassed and she's like, rather than get a cleaner, I'll just live in it.
Junk movers will just light a match and tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in and they're like, we see worse. This is not an everyday, like, regular thing. This is just, like, piles up and every, like, once a year, maybe.
Once a year?
But they'll get rid of all those boxes, too. Like, it's going to be worth it for me.
Did she do the box pile in November? Was it November she did the boxes, or have I just lost track of time? Because I feel like every month or so.
There's empty litter boxes in the litter room. Not many anymore. We brought a lot of them out.
Oh, does she mean the storage box? I thought she meant like the litter boxes. I was like, oh no, I've misunderstood.
I hate bringing shit out.
Okay,
We're depressed hermits here. What do you want?
Why don't you go to Nada's like every other day? Take one box every time you go to Nada's, because then you don't have to carry a ton of stuff. Just one box.
Can we have a boyfriend tag? I don't have a boyfriend. I know you just want to punch me in the face right now.
Oh, we don't need to. Nada's there.
But you can't because you're on the internet.
It's all right. I mean, as I said, we don't need to. You've got your boyfriend. But keep laughing it up.
You're boring now that you don't tell us anything about your life. What do you want to know? I'm only not telling you about one part of my life.
Which forms most of your life.
Which, when I was celibate for years, I'm just kidding, at least a whole year, you didn't even care. So,
if there was nothing to talk about, why would we care? Of course we didn't care. Why would we care about a love life that doesn't exist? Like, you were in a relationship, then you weren't, and the majority of your channel at that point was mukbangs. That was the focus of your channel. So you could legitimately say, I'm about food content here, not about personal, if you wanted to. Now, you were also about personal, so, you know, there's still that response. But currently, Foodie's channel is Foodie. And currently, Foodie's life has been all about Nada. So all of her content for the last 7 months at least has been based around this. So to suddenly say, like, you're being nosy, I can't believe you want to know, when she's actively, gleefully, if not outright lying, certainly avoiding the truth, I think is pushing it a little bit.
what now, huh? Until I want to rage,
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that anymore.
Count
I'm
down.
not raging about that anymore. I'm not going online and just like...
Spoiler alert. Actually, not about him, but spoiler alert on rage in general.
No, Skinny Minnie, I'm not telling you about New Year's.
Because she can't.
Yes, I can at least say I had a pretty good time on New Year's.
Yeah, I bet you did. All
I
that
honestly
weed.
didn't really do anything special.
I wouldn't call Nada on weed special either.
I mean, it's COVID. Nobody did.
Sorry. Oh, now she respects COVID.
Liliana, I have to organize my apology because I have to figure out who I'm apologizing to.
Can somebody help me figure out who she's apologising to? Because the general apologies I feel she owes the world in terms of being bigoted about gay people, calling people the R word, just generally some of the terms that she's used to describe people. Those big apologies she's either attempted before multiple times and failed, or she's never going to give because she's gone back on it so many times, because she's reused the R word so many times. So the big stuff that I would think, no, that warrants an apology, I will never get, and even if we got, would never be sincere. So what apologies exactly is she talking about here? I mean, we're never going to get the video. It's fine to discuss it. General apology for her life, I don't understand. Because if you have to think this hard about what's going in the video, I doubt, A, we're going to get the video, and B, even if we did, it would be at all sincere. Because you don't seem to know what you're apologising for, which means you've seen nothing wrong.
For what? Like what I want to say. I'm one of those people, I'm going to forever be apologizing about things I say. I just know it.
Yeah, I mean, when you refuse to reflect, you never learn. So you're always going to make the same mistakes.
I just know it because I'm one of those people that my mouth just gets me in trouble all the time.
We'll move on to this because it's about to prove her point.
Whoa, I found a pack of friggin' Amsterdam sativa.
She uses this as proof as, see guys, I told you I had lots of it. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't know that was there. You found it. It was a surprise. The fact how full of mess her room must be that she can't spot a bag of that colour and size full of the drugs she likes to smoke is quite, probably not shocking because it's her to me, but quite alarming. But to say, no, see, proof, you didn't know you had that.
I guess just for not sticking to my word on things, you know?
Oh, this.
Like, that's pretty much my New Year's resolution. The only thing I want to focus on is keeping my word. Like,
How's Nada? While she may not be outright lying, because she's not saying I wasn't with Nada in those words. I actually think at some point she does say though, oh, well, I'm closing this chapter in my life. And if I'm sure if you put her on the rack and tortured her, she'd be like, no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about it online, which she's also still doing. But she'd never admit that the lie she implied was the lie she meant, you know? Because to her, unless you physically say the words, and even then you can negotiate, it's not a lie. She's clearly avoiding the truth here, and everyone knows it. And then she wonders why people get annoyed, because the implication is that we are stupid enough to not see what's going on. And I don't like that as an implication, and neither do a lot of people that watch her. I'm going to assume you're stupid, because otherwise, how could you believe this? But let's talk some more about her word.
Much, and it's just not a good thing. It's not a good feeling.
Well, get used to it.
I think I'll feel better about myself and trust even myself to know that if I do something, I can follow through with it.
That would be really nice. At the moment, she seems to be committing and following through to telling us a lie, or actively misleading us is perhaps a better way to put that. Because like I said, she'd swear black is white that this wasn't a lie. But if you're actively misleading us in this moment while talking about how you want to be more honest, get off my porch. Who are you kidding?
Words are nothing without action. So that's what I want to focus on, is more like the action part.
But your action right now is misleading us.
You know, I did some pretty good friggin' Halloween videos.
Where?
You know, like I did some drive-thrus, and I did the haunted jail, and I went live like for several hours.
Is that something new for her?
Frig, what's not good enough for you guys? And
3 out of 31 videos? No, that's not a passing grade.
And we did Pennington's bees and stuff.
Did we?
Or was that last month?
I don't remember Pennington's bees from Halloween, but it could be.
We need the Pennington's bees. So how long do I have to stay in? 5 days?
Let's see if that happens.
I don't even feel sick anymore.
Not the point.
It's never. That's what we're all done with. Well, I said, you know, so am I.
Now that I would call a lie. I think she would say, no, I'm done talking about him, which evidence to the contrary. But that is a lie.
I'm done with that. Like, I know it's hard to just end the chapter after it's been like, oh my god. Honestly, when I think of the Christmas weekend, I just get so depressed.
Yeah, rightly so. Did you say you had that remote? I'm just checking. TV's on. Gonna watch a movie? Okay.
I don't open on Sundays, meow. Jeez, relax.
I'm not sure what this person was asking about, but the attitude of open on Sunday. Quebec has announced that shops are closing Sunday for the next, I want to say, 3 weeks, which is why people are asking. It might not apply where she is, but it's a valid question. But she's very unaware, Chantal is very unaware of things to do with COVID and restrictions that might be in place. So there we go.
It's not going to, nothing I do in private is going to affect our beezing.
Evidence to the contrary.
If anything, being public about stuff might make it impact the beezing more.
I mean, lying about the stuff publicly does, but the truth isn't that much better. So given that your beezing is literally your life and this is your life, then I don't think you can separate the two.
You know? So I have some good beezing planned. It's true!
I don't believe you.
Some shopping beezing and some winter activities beezing.
Winter activities is the thing she randomly thought of when she saw someone walking outside on the way home.
Would you say you are mostly happy or depressed? Hannah W. Well, I don't know, probably more depressed.
That doesn't surprise me, but it was said for sympathy. And this is how we know.
Not always, but lately, like just everything that's just happened with my grandmother passing, 10 bits, other things.
Other things.
And then on top of that, just having mental illness, and I think like maybe undiagnosed.
Maybe undiagnosed. Undiagnosed something, if only there were doctors for this.
Something undiagnosed, or I don't know. And update my resume? Why?
At this point, the life takes a bit of a turn. So up until now, she's been saying what she thinks we want to hear. Yeah? And I think she was expecting a much more positive response because as we've seen with Chantal, once she's forgotten about it, you need to forget about it. You have to live in that vacuum. Nothing exists once she's wiped the slate clean. So all of this should have gotten her sympathy and ass pats. It should have. But instead, people are like, oh, update your resume. And she starts to lose her temper. Now, in this stream, because she is very zen and very above this all, and this is her New Year resolution, and no, I'm not angry. I'm just blocking you because I'm not angry. You know, she doesn't call it a rage. And she's not raging in the way she traditionally does at shouting at the camera and getting kind of really like, ah, at us. But this is still a tantrum that she's about to go into, yeah? She's still getting annoyed and blocking people, but this time she's putting the blame on the audience, because really, aren't we all the shitheads supporting her? Aren't we? Isn't it our fault and not her decision making? But don't for a second be fooled that this is her calm.
If you guys want to spend your life watching somebody you hate and don't like,
she really thought she deserved better,
and you call yourself better, then that's on you. That's what you want to do with your life.
I'm so above all this.
I don't care. If you're cringe watching, whatever you're doing,
okay,
that's awesome. Thanks for being here.
Okay, official line. If you're cringe watching, I don't care why you're watching, thank you for being here. So it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter to her, because she's now above it, because it's 2022. Let's see what happens next.
Good for you.
So she doesn't care, we can
no,
be here.
Blizzard, I'm not bashing anybody on my friggin' streams anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of drama.
Fair.
I'm
You've had a lot of
people
it.
being hurt. I'm tired of negativity. I'm
tired of negativity. Guys, tired of it.
I'm tired. I'm just tired, period. I mean, I know I'm a train wreck, but like I said, at least I don't like go online every day and like harass people I don't like.
I would say there is evidence in her past of her doing that, but we'll move on.
I don't. I go off once in a while and like, fuck you, you piece of shit, you're ugly, but we all do. We all do it.
Do we all do it though? I mean, I sit here as a reaction channel, someone who is invested in looking at her stuff and trying to cast it with a critical eye. Like, do we all sit here and rage about it? Do we? We all do it? I feel like we don't all do it to the extent she does it, but it could be wrong. Could be wrong, my opinion.
We all do it. If you don't like me, I don't think I'm gonna change just for you.
I don't think she'd even change for herself. I think this is the hill she dies on. Defiant to the end, because she'd rather die than have someone else be right. But we shall see.
So if you really can't stand me and hate me, the best thing to do is change the channel. Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm invested.
Right. There is a lot of
We're seeing this through to the end. I want to know.
power in silence. There is for sure.
There's power in silence. Let's see if she practices it.
Yeah, like it gets like, it brings kind of the chat down, just like people constantly like, take your cats to the vet, giving me shit about matter, or just giving me shit about like the same things over and over.
And I'm sure it does. I'm sure it's a lot to take over and over. Here are a couple of things, and she does address a couple of them, but you make the community you're in, and your actions are the template from which your community will take their actions. So when she's complaining about the negativity and calling people names, when she's complaining about the negativity but ranting about other people, when she's complaining about the negativity but she's telling people to go fuck themselves and blocking them, that's the kind of negativity people learn from. And the other thing, actually, I think she's going to mention it, so we might get into that in a second.
It's like, just shut the fuck up already and just bees.
Shut the fuck up. It's such a positive message.
Like, Especially if I come on here and I have something planned or we're doing something, you know.
When was the
But
last
I
time you had
guess
that?
I'll just. It's pretty toxic, yeah. I agree, Chris. I think maybe I should just block the people who are really, really toxic. The people.
This is a warning. This is telling everyone, as she starts rocking, this is telling everyone, I'm getting a bit annoyed, but I still want to seem very above you. So, oh, maybe just for everybody's good, I should start blocking. Oh, how does that sound? Yeah, you like, guys, just think about it. I've got that power. It's actually the only power she's got because no one else gives a shit. Yeah, maybe I should start blocking. That's a shot across the bows. Guys, I'm getting angry and I can't show it in my traditional way. I am gonna start blocking you. This is how the tantrum is starting.
Who think are fun. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I really don't. And I'm tired of thinking about it. You know what I mean? No, I don't think you're my channel. I think if I blocked you, a lot of the more positive people would come back out, and it would rebuild itself. Just make recorded videos. But I should be able to live stream if I want to and just block negative people. Like.
And she has that right, but it's more her view on what's negative versus what actually is, you know? And she does have a very negative chat at the moment because she's given no other outlet for most people. I sit here doing reactions, so I don't need to go into her chat and be like, bitch, because I have an outlet for my opinions. Not everybody does. And it's one of the things driving people to reaction channels is the fact that they can talk about it. But she can't handle that, so she doesn't allow that on her channel for all she professes not to care. If she didn't care, she'd open up the chat to people other than members. She'd keep her comments engaged all the time. She wouldn't delete videos because who cares? It's my channel, it's my life. But she does all of those things.
That's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I have like 600 members and only like how many of us chat?
What does that tell you?
It will change in the future. It's true. People come and go. That's how it always been on my channel.
She has a tendency to use people up so things regenerate. She's been lucky that her channel has regenerated. She's had enough drama in it that it's boosted numbers as she's gone, but she can't rely on that lasting forever. Like, at some point, every gimmick wears out. She needs actual content again.
You know, so, you know, I just feel like blocking the same people who are like coke addict, blah blah blah. Like, honestly, I just feel like it.
Not angry.
Yeah, I blocked them, Miss Holly.
So now she started blocking.
Foodie Beauty is like insane. I just want to block them. So goodbye. Anyone who's like upset about that want to be blocked?
I'm so glad I froze her there. Look at that expression. Yeah, that's the attitude. It's the smug Chantal. Yeah. Oh, you want to be blocked? No, I'm not angry. I'm just definitely not tantrum blocking people. No. I'm not affecting my income because I can't handle people talking in a chat on the internet. No.
I'm seriously not blocking people. Like,
we will
going
see.
forward, I'm not.
I would respect it more if she didn't. If she just said, no, I'll take a hit to the income. And to be honest, previous times she's been like, wouldn't it be easier for people just to rejoin under a different name? The one good thing about being blocked on her channel is if you pay a membership and you get blocked, it gives you the ability to refund the money. Whereas if you just have a membership and you change your mind, it's a lot harder to do that.
That's it. I'm not. And since it's the new year and I'm sticking to my word, you can go forever, or you can make a new account and come back nicer.
Or you could just let her lose the money and laugh from a distance. You could do that too.
Either way, Foodie Beauty, take your self-hatred somewhere else.
Oh, she's being honest, you guys.
People shut up.
It's honesty 2022.
As soon as I say I'm blocking.
Oh,
don't you love it?
Don't you love it? Isn't this the best, Chantal? Isn't this personality just the best one? Aren't you enjoying this? Aren't you glad you give her $5 a month to talk? Do you like this? I'm so proud of you, Beezers.
Oh, you're not bothered if I block you? Okay. You haven't been the nicest either, actually, so.
I really hope if she's blocked you, please do refund the money. Because I would love, just hold off on, if you're going to resubscribe, just hold off until the next month and just see how she reacts when her income actually takes a hit. Not because I don't think you should get to choose what you do with your money, because if you want to give her the $5, it's up to you. I'm not going to, but you do the thing. But I want to see what it's like when her actions have consequences for her. Consequences that she cares about, not like, imminent death, but money. Because I think we're going to be seeing a very different version than smug Chantal right here.
Why am I in a bad mood? I guess just like everyone just like constantly like attacking.
Yeah. She's angry because no one's giving her the ass pats that this should have garnered her. She would be in the ER doing this live, but she doesn't want to give us the satisfaction of actually having a COVID test.
I guess, I don't know, maybe that would bring the mood down a little bit. Like, I'm just trying to like talk and have fun.
I just want to actively mislead you and be left alone. Isn't it your problem? Isn't the problem the audience? It's not that I have to change my ways. It's not that what I do causes a response online. It's that your response is wrong.
Whatever, and people are just like, you're so fucking boring, take your garbage out. You're a horrible cat owner. You're fucking pathetic.
I'm not saying I would use all of those words, but I'm saying if you have put certain pieces of evidence online, there are reasons people think it, and you could control that.
You sympathize with pedo. Like, fuck off and get out of my chat. Just go away. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off for now.
Yeah, because this was a losing battle.
And I guess I'll come back when I feel a bit better.
This actually, there was a members only post, I'm not sure where it is in the timeline, where she was like, oh, the negativity of chat's really making this hard, and I think I'm just going to have a pizza and relax with a movie, or something to that effect. I don't have the post on, unfortunately. But again, it's a threat. It's, well, you don't like my content? Let me withhold it. And it's a threat she's made before, like, oh, see what it's like without me. I mean, we're not the ones losing from that. That is your income on the table.
Tired. Oh, stream Joji is going to. This fucking sympathizing with fucking sex offenders bullshit. Just because I don't believe in people who've done their time to be fucking harassed by society every damn day doesn't mean I agree with what they did.
I have actually, I'm not sure where it is right now, I have inserted the clip from her craft coffee live so you can see what she's saying and what she said before I give my thoughts on it, because I don't trust myself to remember it exactly, and I would rather the footage be here so you can hear it.
Again, twist my words some more.
Okay, these were her words.
I have no comment about Karate Joe.
She had comments.
I don't know the circumstances of everything. I don't know anything. Like, I just don't even want to talk about it at all. Like,
the audio is off with the visual. Sorry about that.
I don't want to go there. Like, at all. I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Like, when it comes to sex offenders, registered sex offenders, I feel like this was in a movie I watched too called Little Children. Like, if somebody pays their debt to society, I'm not saying like, yes, okay, you know what I mean? Like these people will like just throw eggs at the house, go beat them up like all the time, and you can say, yeah, they deserve it, they're gross, whatever, but come on, you know what I mean? Like, lock them up then or whatever, but just like, do you know what I mean by that? I don't know. It's okay for there to be unforgivable acts. Not everyone deserves the redemption. Yeah, that's true, actually. But I don't know. I find it just, like, I feel bad for, I don't even want to say this.
But she does.
I found the whole, like, Saddam Hussein hanging just fucking disgusting. Like, seeing people cheering that on, it's like, it's just so dark. Like, why? Yeah, he was a bad person, but, or he did really bad things. There's a lot of leaders who do. It makes you an animal. To like cheer on a hanging? Yeah, it does. I know the show. I'm not saying their crimes are, I mean, their crimes are unforgivable. I really don't know how to properly explain what I meant with that.
Okay, so that's the end of those clips, but I didn't want to misrepresent what she'd said, so I just felt it was easier to put it in there. Chantal tends to be very self-centered in the technical sense of the word. not in kind of the negative, oh, you're so selfish, but she is very self-centered. So any belief she has, she filters through what affects her. Yeah? So for her, she would like anything she does to be forgivable. So she can sweep it under the rug and she can move on and still have all the visas paying their money and still have people just willing to move on with her. Because if everything is not forgivable, you have to start reflecting on your actions and seeing where lines could be drawn. And I think that would be a very, very uncomfortable procedure for her. But she also has very black and white thinking. So everything, no matter how big, no matter what the nuance, either it applies or it doesn't. So she wants this to apply to her, so it should apply to everything, right? Even something like the things she's been discussing. On top of that, she's had a lot of criticism in the past for how she has discussed certain things. And sometimes that makes her kind of volleyball the other way. She bounces and she goes after it. No, we have to be really careful. We have to be respectful of this. And it becomes, no, we have to be respectful of what? Saddam Hussein? And pedos? What? So in kind of the extreme other direction, so she can't be blamed. No, you're twisting my words because look, I was saying you need to support everybody. Everybody is redeemable. I am the positive person here. And she doesn't really think it through. Yeah, there's a certain level of ignorance there. Where I stand on the Karate Joe thing. Now, bear in mind, I don't know the details of Karate Joe's convictions. I know that he is registered on a list, which means at some point somebody considered his case and was like, now we want to keep an eye on him. There was enough evidence somewhere that said he needs to have an eye kept on him. We need to know where he is and what he's doing. We need to be able to locate him at all times. Yeah, so there was enough in whatever happened with him to warrant that. I believe if you have performed an action with intent, because there are a lot of crimes where tragic things happen and it's nobody's fault, but a tragedy has occurred. I believe that's different. There's a lot of nuance. But if you have performed an action with intent, that means your victims can't just wipe the slate clean. They are going to have to live with the knowledge of you and your actions in their life forever. They don't get to pretend that you were never in their lives. And as such, I don't think the perpetrator of that crime should get to pretend it either. If they can't live without the knowledge of you, you don't get to pretend to live without the knowledge of them. That does not balance for me. So I realize that's not a great note to end on, but I did not appreciate how she expressed herself in terms of Karate Joe. I really wish she'd keep him off channel. If you're saying you're not going to address stuff, stop addressing. That goes for every element of her life, but man, does she not represent herself or her thoughts well in this regard. And this is a topic that is very triggering to a lot of people because it's a reprehensible topic. And she really needs to be more careful and just stop talking about it because there's no way that she's going to speak well. All right, I'm going to leave it there. This is really long. I'm going to see if I can cut it down and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.